Hello, mi gente. Welcome to Crystal Sage Wisdom, episode 19. This is Alex.
And this is Ra. And mi gente, this is our third attempt. Welcome to episode 19. We're naked without the microphones because they were acting naughty. And one of them decided to shut off. And then all of them decided to shut off.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they got angry because we were talking Bochinche about AI and how AI wants to replace humans, little ears, and they want to be listening buddies to you, the human being.
AKA they want to be your new therapist.
So if you feel like you have a little problem, nothing beats an AI ears.
Of course not, because they're gonna say the right things to you,
and they already been practicing listening to
right
us
tone.
all of these years.
And that's right, because guess what? AI all these years have been doing their homework, and you know who's been providing the things to study?
Us. We provide them with everything, with our likes, with our dislikes, with our discomforts, with our excitement, what we are researching. And guess what?
Everything.
With all of the data that we supply
in every way
online, they know us better than we know ourselves. So they're gonna just be the bestest AI therapist, better than any human being.
I'm just gonna love it so much. I think I'm gonna go ahead and book my own session. Well, listen, I'm not for that. I feel like, my sister and I, in our last video,
that we were really expressing ourselves.
We were really expressing ourselves about this topic, and in this one we're going to keep it short and sweet. But she mentioned something that is also really important to recognize. One, clearly we do not agree with AI being a therapist. Personally, to speak for myself, I find it sad and insulting. And something that my sister had mentioned in the last video was just, it's such a testament as well to like us, la gente, that, we've sort of like been so docile, receiving and jumping into AI. Every time they've come out with a new way or a new thing that we can do with AI, that for this to now be this thing that you can now have access to, machine, it speaks to I feel like it goes in tandem with, like my sister said, the loneliness epidemic that we have here, and
that the monstros help to create.
Right, and a lot of it through isolation and being already behind the computer a little bit too much.
And also the messages of don't trust human beings.
Exactly, not even the message of don't trust even your own people.
Don't trust your family, because if they're not woke enough, or they're looking at life a little bit different,
it's
or
like
they choose the wrong candidate, or they choose to side on a certain issue, let's throw the human being away, where you could have a forever buddy called the AI.
That's right, because you're not essential. Remember, so they've been grooming us for many years now
to not trust,
to want to be isolated,
social distance,
to question the people, the very fabric of our communities.
Don't trust your father, don't trust your kid, don't trust your cousin.
No one. And listen, we're not saying
sometimes you can't trust them.
Exactly. Like, we're not saying don't be, don't go out there into the world and be idiotic. Like, you got to be protective about how you navigate yourself, right? But we're talking about the overall messaging of what's been happening within not just our country, but the world. But to stay here in the US, because this is where we live, that's been the messaging happening within the culture. ¿Y por qué, mi gente? Like, remember, we all come from people of tribe, and that meant working together, trust in each other, trust in yourselves. That also meant accountability for your place in the community, and responsibilities, and knowing that there was always people that you have that will have your back. We come from that, every single one of us, at some point or the other, from all over the world, and we've we've fallen in such a long way that now all modern day culture wants to propose is be alone with a machine. They want to,
in every sense of the word.
In every sense of the way, they want you to be entertained.
Boyfriend buddies and girlfriend AI buddies.
Exactly. They want us to be. They want to cover entertainment by yourself. They want to cover you having sex by yourself.
Join us in reality virtual world.
Right. They want to cover get your therapy by yourself. They want. I mean, is food gonna be next? Medicine
to eat, right?
Even medicine. There's hospitals that are now learning. They're testing them to be like provided by robots. There's restaurants that are coming out as robots are serving you. So essentially, it's like, why is there such an obsession with let's get you to want to be all by yourself? That's how I equate it.
So I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna continue to push back on this AI robot revolution. Let robots be there to make things a little easier and faster for us, but not to replace us. I disagree with. I don't think there's nothing better than to have a human being smiling at you, receiving your order, being in service, listening to whatever it is that is on your mind. I mean, every single time I call my phone service, and there must be like 20 arguments of me having like, I said number one. And then you start fighting.
The tantrums, because you want to speak to a human being. You want people. You want that connection. And you know what, mi gente? It's not just about what you want. We need it.
But you know what's funny? Maybe phone companies need to get that AI buddy, because they'll be like, sorry that we're having trouble listening. Goodbye.
That is the worst.
Just hang up on
that
you.
That is the worst. They don't even like give you an option at that point. Ay, no está trabajando. Click.
Sorry that you're having some problems. Goodbye.
So yeah,
they're very quick to cut you off.
Listen,
when the times is up.
I agree with what you're saying. It's not that we can have a reality where all of these modern creations can be supportive. But the moment, and this is, we're sort of in a place where it's almost too late, because they've already been replacing us in so many ways. Most of us probably have no idea just how much they've already been replacing us.
And we have cars driving already by itself.
It's been done so slowly, methodically, and and they've been kind of coming in and becoming like the norm. But it doesn't mean that you just sit idly by and continue to be docile about it. I mean, we got to start really opening our eyes and being really attentive to what is happening to our communities, our cities, our country. I mean, there really is like this huge, agenda happening around AI and transhumanism and robotics. And, we can't just be like, okay, it's too late, or okay, I'm not going to do anything about it.
Right, I mean, and it doesn't make us feel comfortable, because the other day, supposedly, when an update didn't happen, that messed up everything, including people's ability to take off on an airplane. So many people were grounded for hours.
Scary.
Because of one update that didn't happen. That makes no sense to me. Why on earth would we be connected into a system that if one thing goes wrong, many things go wrong all over the world to disrupt our way of life? Are these things supposed to be making it easier for us to do things, or is it supposed to keep us in a little wheel where we're trying to figure out how to do something, and then cut 2 hours go by and
it's trickery. It's trickery. And listen, fam, we get it.
Book a listening session with Alex.
There a lot of these modern
better than an AI
creations can be really cool. You're like, oh wow, look at that, I could do that, or look at that, how much fun that was, or wow, I'm kind of fascinated by that. But just keep in mind that none of these things, no matter how cool they are, no matter how specific they can get or will get, because it's just going to get better and stronger, more precise than what they are already. None of these things have soul.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And they won't ever. What type of world do you want to live in and I want to
be in a world where human beings can still interact,
Right.
eat together,
You know,
do things together.
We're spiritual beings here in a physical experience.
Together.
We cannot just exist as a physicality like slaves. We are whole body, mind, body, soul. You know, and right now there's such a war and battle to eliminate that connection between us and our soul, and then enslave us on so many levels. And I know that may seem extreme or maybe conspiracy, but it really isn't. Like you there's so many examples of it these days all over the world, fam. Like you don't take our word for it. We're just like sister reminder. Don't sit idly by. As things are just things are happening too quickly, and they're trying to just take from us in ways that will only work to enslave us and control us. You know, we are all divine beings, way too powerful, way too encoded with so much wisdom and intelligence that we have to stop taking that for granted, you know. And so we say that to say, you know, we're all about this is about the people. Like my sister was saying, this time that we're living is about us, the people, waking up and understanding that, you know, we gotta be protective about what's happening and work together to be protective.
That's right. So stay connected to the Perez sisters. Like, share, comment, contribute. Like, share, comment. Give us little donations.
We accept, mi gente.
We are self-funded and we are independent media, and we have so many little projects that we have cookings. So please stay connected to everything that we are part of or people that we are collaborating with, and we'll see you out there.
But I just want to take a moment before we say official bye to say a heartfelt thank you to all of you that not just comment but have even opened up to share vulnerable traumas or experiences. And we just want to say thank you for you know, sharing, taking the time to share and put things out there. And you know, we don't take that for granted. And you know, it takes the community, and it's beautiful that we can have that sort of synergy with one another. You know, that sort of comfort.
All those things are powerful, vulnerable steps that you know, we never know what happens when you have the courage to share something so vulnerable, and then somebody reads that, and then that gives another person, you know, their courage to be vulnerable, and we just keep on touching lives. And you see, in that way, that in itself is a random act of kindness. So
amen,
that's the homework this week. A little random act of kindness, anything, holding a door for someone, surprising someone with a little cup of coffee. Surprise us. Leave it in the comments down below what your random act of kindness was, and we'll be sharing ours in the next week's episode. Thank you guys. Mwah!
We will see you soon. Ciao.